In this video, we're going to look at particular questions as so. So it says, express the function 12 cos theta plus 5 sine theta in the form r cos theta minus alpha, and hence find the maximum value of f theta and the smallest possible value of theta at which this occurs. So we're going to start off, as what we've done in previous videos, with the identity for cos A minus B. Well, that's going to be cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Now, from there, we can say that 12 cos theta plus 5 sine theta is identical to the following: r cos theta cos alpha plus sine theta, as in r sine theta sine alpha. So we're going to equate coefficients. So 12 is the coefficient of cos theta, must be the same as r cos alpha, and 5 is the coefficient of sine theta, which is the same as r sine alpha. So now we can say that tan alpha is r sine alpha divided by r cos alpha. So tan alpha is going to be 5 over 12. So we can find alpha by doing arc tan 5 over 12 and here we can say arc tan 5 over 12 which is 22.6 degrees to 1 decimal place. So we're going to do what we've done in previous videos. We need to write r sine theta squared plus r cos theta squared. So we can tell that's going to be 12 squared plus 5 squared. So 5 squared plus 12 squared. So we get r squared. I'm just going to do this in one step. R squared sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is going to be 25 plus 144. So we just get r squared by itself, because sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is 1. So we're going to do 25 plus 144 is 169. Square root that, so we get 13. So r is 13. So what that implies is we can say, therefore, 12 cos theta plus 5 sine theta is equal to 13 cos theta minus 22.6 degrees. So then it states, find the maximum value of f theta, and at the value of theta at which this occurs. So if we write down 13 cos theta minus 22.6, I want you to think of this thing as x. So think of it as 13 cos of x. We can see the maximum value of y equals cos x is going to be 1. So we replace theta minus 22.6 with 1. So 13 times 1 would give me 13. But then it states find the value or the smallest value of theta at which this occurs. So we can say what we're interested in is cos theta minus 22.6 degrees is equal to 1. So we can say theta minus 22.6 degrees. Well, we can tell that occurs at the following values. So it occurs at 0 degrees. That's where it's 1, as in here. And it's also 1 at this point, at 360. But because they want the smallest value, we're going to say that theta minus 22.6, I'll make my theta a bit more clearer, is equal to 0. And so we can conclude that the smallest value, therefore the smallest value, or smallest positive value required is theta equals 0 plus 22.6 degrees. Therefore, theta is 22.6 degrees. Here's a question for you to try. You can pause the video, and when you're done, I will go through my worked solution. Okay, welcome back. So we first of all need to write down the identity for sine A minus B. So that's going to be sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So now what we can do is to rewrite this expression as 3 sine 3 theta minus 4 cos 3 theta is identical to r sine 3 theta cos alpha minus r cos 3 theta sine alpha. So now we can equate the coefficients. So you can say 3 is exactly the same as r cos alpha, and that, be careful, there's a minus here and a minus here, so 4 is exactly the same as r sine alpha. So we can find tan alpha in the usual way by doing r sine alpha divided by r cos alpha. So we end up with tan alpha to be 4 over 3. Then we're now going to arctan that. So alpha is arctan 4 over 3. We can arctan that now. So arctan 4 over 3. That gives me 53.1 degrees. Do the same as what we've always done. R sine alpha all squared plus r cos alpha all squared. In our case, it's going to be 4 squared plus 3 squared, which is 25. So it'll be r squared sine squared alpha plus r squared cos squared alpha is equal to 25. So r squared sine squared alpha plus cos squared alpha, which we know is 1, is equal to 25. So we can say r squared is equal to 25. R must be the square root of that. R is 5. So therefore, we could write that 3 sine 3 theta minus 4 cos 3 theta is exactly the same as 5 sine 3 theta minus 51 minus 53.1 degrees. So for part B, it states to find the minimum value of this. So we've got 5 sine 3 theta minus 53.1 degrees. So if we think of the sine graph, and if we were to draw that out, well, you should be familiar with this graph from GCSE. Well, we can see that the corresponding value for -1 occurred at 270. So we can say, therefore, from the graph, and that's in the graph, y equals sine x, and we treat 5 sine 3 theta minus 53.1 degrees. We treat that as a sine x, if you like. So the minimum value of that would be -1. So the minimum value is -5. Now we want to find when does this value actually occur. So we can say that 3 theta minus 53.1 degrees is equal to 270 degrees from the graph. So if we were to rearrange and solve for that, we would get an answer of 107.7 degrees, rounded correct to 1 decimal place.